Now more than ever, innovative technologies are fueling change and sparking new ways of thinking. Collaboration between corporations and startups is key to staying at the forefront of these trends. However, finding the right startups can be expensive, time-consuming, and ineffective. But Plug and Play is here to help. As a corporate partner, you will gain access to a whole ecosystem of innovation. Discover startups that meet your tech interests. Stay updated on the latest trends and network with industry peers. We will help you during every stage of your innovation journey, no matter where you are and where you want to go. Get in touch today.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us to one of Plug and Play's biggest events of the year, our Batch 13 Expo. Thank you to all of the startups, our corporate partners, our mentors, VCs, and the whole Plug and Play team for joining us today. I do believe we have people from all over the world with us. So I'm actually curious to learn who is with us today. So use the chat box. Let us know where you are right now in the world. What's your name, the company you're with. I would love to see if all of us could connect a little bit. I know many of you know me or we have met, but in case we haven't, my name is Nadine and I'm leading partner success for our fintech vertical here at Plug and Play. Quick background on myself. I have been lucky enough to be with the company since almost 5 years now. I work with more than 60 financial institutions like US Bank, BNP Paribas, SMBC, Franklin Templeton, and really help them to bring their ideas to action. So fortunate to be here with you today, and thank you for having me. Before we kick it off officially, we wanted to give a quick overview about Plug and Play for everyone who hasn't been either at our office or attended one of our events. And our history really dates back to this picture. So in this picture, you can see the first 35 employees of Google. Our founder and CEO, Saeed Amidi, owns a bunch of real estate. And this one here specifically is on 165 University Avenue, the drive that goes all the way from Palo Alto to the Stanford University. And that's where companies like Google, Logitech, PayPal, Danger all started when there were only 2 to 3 people on the team, and grew to 40 to 50 people within this building. So needless to say that we are calling this building the lucky building, given that all of the success that these companies have seen in their early days. So these companies have become some of the first tech investments for the Amidi Group, which later became Plug and Play. And fast forward to where we are today. Over the course of the last 15 years, Plug and Play built the largest open innovation ecosystem in the world. We are doing many things, but there are 2 things that we do really well. We are a very active investor. We invest in about 200 startups every year, usually seed and Series A stage startups. And we built the largest global innovation platform, meaning that we supercharged innovation of more than 500 corporations and help them to find the best technology solutions for the challenges they have, for investment, or sometimes even for acquisition opportunities. Okay, and I'm very excited to show you some of the corporate partners that we work with. As mentioned, there are over 500, so we can't fit all of them onto one slide, but you can see brands like Walmart, PepsiCo, Microsoft, Mercedes, a lot of really exciting companies. In addition to that, we have more than 60 financial institutions working with us, more than 90 insurance companies, and the list goes on and on and on. And quite frankly, I believe this is an amazing and if not the best corporate innovation platform because of the mature ecosystem of corporations and startups that we have. So really lucky to be here. And this is actually one of the most exciting and probably my favorite slide. This is our portfolio slide. We are fortunate to have 16 unicorns on the Plug and Play portfolio, which is almost unheard of for early stage investor like us. And as you can see here, we have some legacy companies like PayPal, Lending Club, Dropbox. And then more recently, we had companies joining the Unicorn Club like Big ID, Flutterwave, Hippo Insurance, and two that are really close to my heart, Honey and N26. In both companies, we were the first investors when there were only 2 people on the team. And Honey got acquired by PayPal for 4 billion all cash. And N26, you guys obviously know them, mobile-only bank out of Germany, got a 3.5 billion valuation. So really lucky to show you such an amazing portfolio company, portfolio. And in Fintech specifically, Fintech is one of our biggest verticals. 5 out of our 16 unicorns are Fintech companies. And, you know, it's funny, 11 years ago, there was this thing called Bitcoin. And today it's worth thousands of dollars. But it put us in a very, very interesting position. And the story of Fintech, our Fintech vertical, started with a very small meetup here in Sunnyvale, just around the corner. We had six startups coming through the first program. We invested in a few of them, but then we saw more and more large corporations joining the, exploring this new technology. And we felt that there was a lot of momentum going on. And that was in July 2014. So today, we accelerated more than 700 startups. We counted over 500 POCs, pilots, and rollouts. We made 115 investments. And you can see, I wish I could name all of our partners, but we have more than 60 financial institutions worldwide that are working with us in the fintech space. And last year, specifically in the last 12 months, we have seen a record number of pilots and POCs and rollouts in the space. And many of our partners are working with our startups every single day. And that's something we are extremely proud of. I wish I could name all of you or every single one of you, because you're equally important to us. And we really appreciate that you trust us working with us. And we hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. All right, this slide looks a little bit like we are taking over the world. We have 30 offices globally. And in the last 12 months, we opened up Barcelona, Morocco, Fargo, Topeka, Detroit, Osaka. The list goes on and on and on. But for this year, our plan is to open up Atlanta and Chicago for fintech specifically. And this couldn't have been done without an amazing team, almost 50 of us dedicated to the fintech program. So they are all doing an amazing job. And if you see one of them in a meeting, in a deal flow, please give them a virtual high five. They really love what they are doing and they appreciate it. Okay, so let's see what we do have in store for today. Today, we'll kick it off with a fireside chat with our CEO, Saeed Amidi, who is welcoming Javier, who is the head of industry for fintech, edtech, and telecom at Google Canada. Javier has been working for over 2 decades in digital transformation across multiple industries, and we are excited to have Javier with us today. And after the fireside chat, we'll move into the main portion of this event, the startup portion. So we'll have our batch 13 startups pitching, and after that, we'll announce the Corporate Innovation Awards and wrap it up. The moderator and host for today's session will be my esteemed colleague, Katrina Sepmonte, who is a senior partner success manager and has been working with many of our corporates over the last few years very successfully. Please give her a warm round of applause, virtual applause, when she takes over in a little bit. Again, thank you so much for joining our Batch 13 Expo. If you would like to know more about the program, please reach out. My email is nadine@pnptc.com. And without any further ado, I would like to hand it over to our CEO and founder.
Is great having you in our summit, our FinTech event. And thank you so much for accepting to have a, talk with us about fintech and about Google's journey in fintech and the future. But just to start, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, where you were born, and a little bit about your early life?
Sure. So, hi everyone. Hi Said. First of all, I'm very thrilled to be part of this event, of this summit. I've been collaborating with Plug and Play for a couple of years, and for me, it's an honor to be in this keynote with you today. So, as a quick introduction, as you have said, my name is Javier. I'm Spaniard, as I was born in Madrid. Currently, I'm head of industry at Google Canada. I joined Google 8 years ago in Spain, where I led the banking and the insurance industries, right? Nowadays, my team is focused on driving digital innovation to tech B2C companies. And yes, and we have a special focus on fintech and edutech startups. In my current role, we support our clients to basically accelerate their digital transformation, understanding consumer behaviors, leverage client capabilities, and Google solutions to combine data, automation, and digital media to drive results. This is just in a nutshell. And if you let me a fun fact, I am very great soccer supporter, and I'm very happy because Atletico Madrid got the championship in Spain. So that's a very local data point, but I had to do it.
No, that's great. When you're a fan, you're a fan. It doesn't matter where you live, what you do, you're always a fan. I love to know, what do you think the future of Google and Citibank or banks like that could be?
Yeah. So great question. So first key idea. So Google doesn't compete against banks. Instead of that, we collaborate with them to build the best customer experience possible, right? So we are strong believers in partnering with banks and financial institutions and governments of the world, right? And we believe our expertise in building great user experiences is a great complement to the regulatory and financial expertise of our bank partners. So, so Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Hasn't changed, but our approach has evolved to be more helpful to everyone. In the world of finance, for example, we aim to make payments simple, helpful, and inclusive. We envision a financial ecosystem that is fair for all and meets the evolving needs of a new generation of customers who are growing up mobile first. For us, if you let me, the future and the present of banking is anchored in the best possible consumer experience. Today's consumer are looking for memorable experiences. 20, 30 years ago, and you and I, we know what we're talking about, right? So 20, 30 years ago, banking consumers were looking just for trust, right? So consumers were looking for safe places where they could put, or we could put our money. Today, consumers are much more demanding. Trust is not enough. It's a commodity. So today, consumers are demanding extraordinary user experiences, and they would choose another option, another competitor, if they are not happy with ours.
Yeah, again, I believe in the previous life, technology used to start in the corporations and then go to the consumer. But with these devices in our hand, I believe the technology and the consumer expectation is so much greater than some of the corporate expectation. And I know that Google believes in consumer first, like customer first, in your own product lines, like Gmail, like search, etc. How do you help a bank or an insurance company to improve their relationship or the customer experience for them?
Great question. So as I said at the beginning, we don't compete with banks. So we partner with them because we have complementary expertise, right? Talking about these partnerships. So Google supports banks or other financial institutions, I would say in three main areas. Number one, payments. With Google Pay, we partner with banks to deliver a seamless and secure online and offline payment experience to help people pay for goods and services and send money to each other in more secure, fast, and convenient ways. Number two, market trends. Google is the most powerful market insights tool in the world. On daily basis, billions of users come to our search box to express their interests. Google provides these trends to our partners and anyone for free. It's public information. Any of you have free access to these insights on Google Trends. It complies with privacy standards because it's anonymous and aggregated data. And number three, reshaping commercial processes. So we help banks accelerate the implementation of digital-first strategies. As a summary, we see that partnering with banks and financial companies and governments enables economic growth, not only for consumers, but also for small businesses and merchants.
Very, very interesting. I want to tell you another little antidote fact about myself and payment. Like peer-to-peer payment, I believe started with PayPal. And PayPal, when Peter Thiel and Max Levchin and Elon Musk were involved in PayPal, they also were in our building. And we were able to be one of the seed investors in PayPal. And for the audience, as a curiosity, PayPal just bought one of our portfolio company, Honey, for $4 billion. So we go, and I don't know if you know Honey or no, but it's like a coupon aggregator, and it's a great company. What does Google do in helping your partners in peer-to-peer payment and financing? And how do you increase the activity of your clients, competing with Square or PayPal?
So if you're asking me about Google Pay, I can share. Talking about payments, there is still a huge opportunity out there for fintech industry, right? So there is still so much innovation potential. There are still 2 billion people unbanked or underbanked globally. 2 billion.
Yeah.
Payments on Google is about making money simple, helpful, and inclusive. We make transactions helpful by making the technology efficient. We have an open ecosystem and work with millions of merchants, banks, and governments across the globe to create simple payment solutions. If you ask me about the main value proposition of Google Pay, I would say that the user experience, it's fantastic. For example, the user doesn't need to enter the 16 or 19 digit card number, depending where you live, and across an address into a tiny mobile keyboard with one hand, right? So we recently launched a redesigned Google Pay app on Android and iOS in the US. The new app helps the user to save money and provides insights on their experiences. On their expenses. So we recently launched a redesigned Google Pay app on Android and iOS in the US. The new app helps the user to save money and provide insights on their expenses. It offers three main features. Number one, a payment experience designed around relationships. Instead of displaying a stack of cards, the new app focuses on the friends and businesses you transact with most frequently. Everything organized around conversations, right? It's very, very cool, right? If you need, for example, to split the dinner with more than one person, you can create a group, split the bill, and keep track of who is paying in a single place, right? Number two, save and organize your money. So the new Google Pay app can also help the user save money and redeem offers without clipping coupons or copying annoying promo codes. Very useful. You can get the coupons in the Burger King with a simple tap, and you can redeem it with another simple tap. And number three, if the user chooses to connect the app with their bank account, the app will provide periodic summaries of your finances, right? Organizing the spend by categories, providing good insight, etc. So as you can see, there is a lot of room for innovation, and I would say that we have just started.
Excellent, excellent. And I know that you are from Spain, Europe, and the privacy is incredibly important. And now, like in the whole industry, the privacy and the information uh, collection and confidentiality is very important. Where do you stand in Google with privacy issues?
Yeah, great question, great topic. So Google is a privacy-first company. User expectations on privacy are raising the bar, driving regulatory change and restrictions on cookies and device identifiers. You know that. Our goal at Google is to evolve the internet to better respect user privacy and support a thriving ecosystem. Google's approach is to comply and adapt our products to regulatory and technology change. It is also evolving our advertising products by investing in privacy-preserving technologies to deliver performance to marketers and publishers and preserve the open ecosystem. As a result, from an advertising point of view, advertisers are going to have less user-level data, and the industry will shift from what we could say or we could call precision marketing to modeling marketing. Advertising industry is now evolving towards new standards and new solutions. In the short term, my advice to my clients is number one, invest in first-party data, building direct relationships with your customers. Number two, leverage machine learning, automation when there is less data available, right? And number three, test and learn. So we are in very early stages. So we can say we are in construction mode. So I think it's really important to have this mindset about testing and learning.
No, I'm quite familiar, like my office here in Sunnyvale is about 3-4 miles from Mountain View, the headquarter of Google. And I know that Google built products and then tested and pivots really fast in small teams, and then they scale it globally. Do you have any tips for our audience in your closing remarks, both for the startups as well as for our corporate partners?
So if you're asking me about the future, how our colleagues can be better prepared, honestly, unfortunately, there is no secret sauce here, right? So, but I think that there are like three fundamental things to face the future with guarantees of success. Number one, I would say be very aware of change in the consumer habits or behaviors. So your success is tied to your ability to solve user problems. I would say this is probably the main one. And actually, Google did it very well from the very beginning. Yes. Number two, pivot very quickly when you see that something doesn't work, something is not working properly. So pivot very quickly. And number three, yes, try to collaborate with the tech giants, big techs, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, always offer great opportunities for companies in the ecosystem. So yes, trying to explore this kind of collaborations because it pays off.
Yeah, wonderful. I mentioned to you earlier that I had the front seat with Google when Google started with Larry and Sergey and Salar. And it's been amazing how I have witnessed Google change the world. It's, part of, technology, as you said, is solving users' problem. And I can say that I personally use Google at least 5 times a day. And it is an incredible technology and solution to organizing the information of the world. And again, thank you so much for joining us in our summit. And I hope that we will have you uh, not virtually next time, but real, with close to all our audience. And you can even visit your headquarters when you come here.
Yeah, count on me for that. So thank you again. Thank you, Said. Thank you, Plug and Play. It has been a fantastic experience. So count on me. I will join any of the event that you will organize in the future. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Great being with you. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Saeed and Javier. Hello, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that insightful discussion. Now we're going to jump right into our startup presentations. We have worked closely with the 17 companies in our batch for the past 3 months. Throughout the program, these companies have had the opportunity to meet and learn from leaders and experts in the financial industry, attend workshops specifically catered to their interests and requests, work on their pitches and strategies, and most importantly, meet with many of our corporate partners. Today, you will get to see the progress they have made. Before we start, I want to share some housekeeping with you all. This is a live stream page. You will see the agenda below as well as on the left-hand menu. This is the only section that we will be streaming content from. On the right-hand side, you will have 3 different options. The first is the chat section where you can post to interact with everyone who is watching. Second is a live feed of who is also watching the content. And last but not least are our polls, where we will ask if you want a member of the Plug and Play team to connect you to the presenting startup. There will be no live Q&A after the pitches, so if you have any questions for the startups, please note them down and connect with the companies after this event on Attendify. Each startup will have a dedicated virtual startup booth. You can use the blue filter on the top right to narrow down the startups you want to see. Then, by clicking Meet Now, you can go inside their booths and video chat or direct message the team members of each startup. Okay, without further ado, we will kick off with our first startup, AirKit. AirKit is a customer engagement platform to rapidly build and deploy intelligent digital journeys across any channel.
AirKit is a low-code, no-code platform purpose-built for digital customer experience. We help companies from the largest Fortune 500s to leading brands across every industry build on AirKit and build these digital experiences 40x faster. When we think about AirKit, we are focused on these self-service points in time that you want to drive those experiences with customers, as well as being more proactive across the entire customer lifecycle. AirKit, when we talk about, and really the founding story around AirKit is how to drive these customer actions in these last mile. So we work seamlessly across CRMs, ERPs, contact center software to ultimately drive your customers to automatically onboard, to make payment updates, to fill out information related to their accounts easily and seamlessly. And we connect to these systems so that it's all done without needing an agent in the middle. In here, in this last mile, we are ultimately driving automation and process through the journey in the customer lifecycle. The way that these are done with AirKit is that in our platform, we have reusable components. And this low code, no code experience allows for clicks, not code, to create these entire customer journeys and experiences across web, desktop and mobile, voice, as well as messaging like SMS, WhatsApp. Inside of here, these web experiences can be built. So things like adding locations, uploading images, scheduling time, making payments, or even adding your own custom components can be done directly with AirKit, but ultimately creating that perfect experience within the customer lifecycle. I would invite you to scroll down to the bottom here. At the very, very bottom of our page, you can actually start to build these experiences and experience what an AirKit proactive engagement might look like, a digital self-service, as well as agent assist, where we can augment the agent customer interaction. Proactive engagement, really good example of this is scheduling somebody if they drop out of a funnel, or if you need to get some updated information from them. And so what I will do here is actually start this experience directly and actually show an example of where a system like Salesforce or a CRM can actually allow you to drive these proactive engagements. And so what I'll do here is I'll trigger an outbound text message, could be an email, could be a phone call, but ultimately, when we actually look at my phone here, we'll actually see that I've received a text message that is branded directly to the actual customer experience. When I jump into this experience, we'll actually be able to see some of these lightweight ephemeral type journeys. I'll schedule a time. And what we're doing is we're actually creating an entire orchestration. So for instance, I've actually already received that text message to remind me that tomorrow I have this confirmation. So ultimately driving this entire experience. We can also do things like deflect to self-service. So phone calls coming in, maybe I want to actually move this towards a digital journey rather than an agent picking up a phone call in a contact center. And so what I'll do is I'll make this outbound phone call.
Thank you for calling Airbnb Coffee Delivery. Based on our records, in order
and I'll actually press 2. So rather than talking to an agent to update my account, I'll be able to do this self-service. So inside of here, click on that link. And ultimately, this is branded secure directly within the mobile experience or desktop, but allowing me to do things like make changes to my subscription, updating a payment information, and a lot of these other common components we've talked about in our platform. So I invite you all to try out these journeys on our website. These are simple examples. We can do everything from simple to complex, but ultimately driving this self-service and automation in the customer experience. And with that, we'd like to thank you and invite you to learn more about AirKit.
Thank you. Up next is Personetics. Personetics provides an AI-based personalized customer engagement platform and solutions for financial services.
Hello, my name is Dorel Blitz. I'm VP Strategy and Business Development at Personetics. Personetics is a 10 years old growth fintech company with over 250 employees in 10 global offices. We are backed by some of the world's largest VCs and 2 banks. We are being perceived as the global category leader in financial data-driven personalization and customer engagement for financial services. We are providing a white label personalized engagement platform, which is being already implemented by over 55 global top-tier banks in 25 different markets. We are reaching today over 100 million end customers globally. Personetics providing and assisting banks to leverage their biggest asset, which is their own customers' financial transactional data, in order to quickly drive a significant business impact and market differentiation. We're helping banks to become much more smart, proactive, and knowledgeable with their own clients. And we are helping the end clients, people like you and me, to better manage their financial life, to stay on top of their finance, and to increase their financial wellness and resilience. We are helping banks to use their own financial transactional data to categorize, to enrich, to truly understand their own customers' real-time financial behavior, and then to execute against that with hyper-personalized hundreds of day-to-day insights, alerts, recommendations, product-based advice, even automated self-adjustable financial wellness programs. We even provide the banks tools, codeless creation and management console that gives the banks the ability to modify all of this existing content and the insights to even change logic and triggers, to segmentize, to simulate, and even create from scratch new insights to truly adapt to market changes and accelerate their own innovation. And we are seeing this global hyper-personalization trajectory keep growing and adding additional capabilities into the vision of a self-driving finance, where banks will be able to act and think in behalf of their customers, helping them to automatically achieve financial goals like save, like debt reduction or investments, and so on and so forth. One example is UOB, one of the largest banks in Southeast Asia, that use Personetics within their mobile application, 5 million digital customers, and we were able to dramatically boost the customer engagement and the NPS, help customers to manage their financial, helping to increase by 50% the click rates on presented insights, and even 25% of these highly engaged customers are now performing at least 4 financial transactions a month. You can even see a product-based advice according to the real-time financial behavior of the client and the ability to act upon that with personalization capabilities. So we are focusing on helping banks globally to deliver these key strategies, how to engage with customers on a day-to-day, how to drive the highest value of asset and balance growth, how to strengthen financial wellness, how even to empower agents and bankers by real-time financial data-driven insights and to boost their productivity, and to drive the highest level of contextualized digital sales to customer needs. We are really proud in our ability to drive these key significant business metrics through our banks partners all over the world, and to show how banks can truly become a real-time financial data-driven partner with their clients and to drive the highest value out of that. So just to summarize, this is the Personetics value proposition. We are able to access and analyze data, to connect even with open banking capabilities, to drive meaningful personalized insight, providing the tools, the automated programs, and even measuring over time to drive the highest value. I would love to speak with you and show you much more about Personetics. Thank you.
Perfect. Up next is Otomo. Otomo provides hyper-personalized money management tools to banks to engage and retain retail customers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Keller Crawford, CEO of Otomo. Our mission is to democratize financial well-being by delivering our new generation of white label money management tools to the financial innovation community. So let's talk about autonomous finance. In the last decade, tens of millions of people have gone out of their way to download savings and investment apps. And these tools work, enabling consumers to stash away billions toward brighter futures. And yet, 75% of people would still prefer these same PFM tools from their primary financial institution. Now, that's a lot of people willing to fire their one-off apps and hire a single platform they already know and love. So the question for innovators isn't, should we build personal cash management tools? It's, how do we best provide them? What money apps have also made clear is that different people need different solutions. So we asked, what if you could offer a single tool, versatile enough to meet the needs of everyone? This is what Otomo is delivering today. Full spectrum, personal cash management, offered right through any digital platform. We offer ways to save without thinking with smart autopilot and roundups, but we didn't stop there. We also added a way for customers to take total granular control over how their money flows, so people can just as easily save, invest, and pay my own way. For the first time, people have everything they need to automate their finances inside one intuitive experience. So how does our patented technology stand out? Number one, we're a hyper-personalized solution that can serve anyone, not just niches. Number two, we enable users to target and manage specific income streams. So for example, someone could save for income taxes on their side income only, right from within an account they already use. And lastly, our AI is constantly scanning for personalized opportunities, matching each person with their ideal money management plans. Among our world-class team, we've authored 4 fintech patents, scaled ventures to unicorn valuations and exited, worked with former PayPal founders to scale retail apps to over 6 million users. We've built secure systems for NASA and Wells Fargo and developed fintech wallets that have enabled millions of users to manage billions in assets. Our licensing partners pay a simple monthly licensing fee for each connected customer. We launched commercially in January and are off to an amazing year, having closed our first revenue with more partners signed and waitlisted than we can accommodate in our upcoming Q3 pilots. To recap, we're excited to work with innovators to revolutionize personal finance, turn on new revenue, grow deposits, and deepen customer relationships, all while helping people achieve their dreams. Here's our ask. We're looking for design partners, investors, and licensing partners. If you're interested in learning more about us, please reach out at hello@atomo.ai. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you. Up next is Quantum Metric. Quantum Metric helps organizations build better digital products faster. Their platform for continuous product design gives business and technical teams a single version of truth that's automatically quantified and based on what matters most, your customer's perspective.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great summer summit. My name is Mike Hansen. I'm a regional vice president at Quantum Metric, specializing in financial services and banking, and looking forward to sharing all things quantum with you over the next couple of minutes. Our sole mission and purpose is to enable organizations like yours to build better digital experiences faster. We are advised by a relative who's who within the technology industry, ranging from John Chambers, the former CEO of Cisco, to the former COO from AppDynamics, as well as the creator of TeaLeaf, common technologies that you may have currently deployed. When you take a look at our rapid growth over the past couple of years, it really comes from organizations like yours looking to essentially enhance and enable their teams with a best-in-class or updated technologies, enabling them to deliver exceptional digital experiences. Value add here would be being able to enable digital self-serve that prevents calls into a call center, for example. Now, what Quantum uncovered was that there was a disconnect between the signals that customers are providing, whether it's on a website, online banking, native applications, ATMs, kiosks, etc. All of the signals which indicate what they're up to and what they were able to do and what they were not able to do are disconnected from the actual teams that are responsible for improving or innovating those digital experiences. This can be at a strategic or macro level, like a chief digital officer, all the way down to individual product managers who may just be responsible for search on native applications. This disconnect is solved for with the Quantum Metric technology platform. We enable a continuous and agile approach to taking those customer signals and making sure that they're disseminated with the appropriate teams in a real-time, agile, and DevOps-oriented manner. When our platform is deployed, it enables clients, some of who are members of the Plug and Play FinTech Summit here, it enables our clients to quickly move up a digital first maturity curve. And this means breaking down silos that have tended to make teams a bit more reactive, because IT may be doing one thing, customer experience another, marketing another. So if we can get everyone singing from the same sheet of music, so to speak, it enables a continuous and aligned approach to enhancing those digital experiences. All of this is called continuous product design. Please check it out, continuousproductdesign.com. It's like a mini MBA in digital acceleration and transformation. Continuous product design is powered by the Quantum Metric platform. Very, very simple and low lift tag deployment or insertion of an SDK that it, once enabled, allows us to capture 100% of the behavioral, technical, and business-oriented signals that customers want to give you across your digital experiences. Once we're deployed, we have an automated friction and struggle detection algorithm that will then turn into a quantified and prioritized, essentially a punch list, a quantified and prioritized punch list of those moments of friction and struggle that your teams should be focused in on. Now, this is an analytics first approach, but we don't stop there. We do give you the visual evidence. So if I am that product manager responsible for search, I can see exactly where the friction was occurring after I've been told by the technology platform that I need to focus my efforts there. All of the alerting and monitoring that we have is done through the lens that different teams need it to be. So when we're capturing 100% of these signals, there will be insights specific to the business, specific to customer experience, specific to dev and ops and IT, and across the entire organization. Now, I know this was a bunch, it was almost like a fire hose moment, but I certainly do welcome the opportunity to connect with you either during the conference or as your calendars allow. My contact information is up on the screen, and of course we can be reached via the Plug and Play website and team. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great summer summit.
Thank you, Mike. Up next, we have Mimica. Mimica cuts man hours for RPA deployments by up to 70%.
Hi there. My name is Tuhin Chakraborty. I'm the CEO of Mimica, and today I'm going to talk about how we accelerate the deployment of RPA using artificial intelligence. When people buy RPA, they're told it's as easy as juicing lemons. So you've got a field of lemon trees, and each one is an automation opportunity, and you're going to plow through this field at a magnificent pace. But in reality, finding opportunities and building bots is really manual and really slow. You have to very carefully choose which opportunities you're going to automate, and then it takes a long time to build a unique juicer for every automation. You've probably had success using available tools, but the question I always ask is, can the system be improved with new technology? So that's where Mimica comes in. We record what employees do on their computers, and not just one employee, but many employees across business units, and figure out exactly what processes they're doing, how much time they spend in those processes, where the opportunity is for automation, and how to actually build that bot. And companies use Mimica to discover new opportunities for automation, improve fundamental metrics like time to ROI, accuracy, and success rate, and also to accelerate RPA to get significantly more bots into production. We've got two tools. One of them is called SmartRank, where we discover new opportunities for RPA, and the other is called Mapper, where we generate a blueprint for a bot that a developer can use to build the automation. We use the latest advances in natural language processing, computer vision, and unsupervised learning to develop the technology. A key case study is at Dell, we cut the amount of time it took for them to get bots into production from 129 days to just 51 days. So with a 61% reduction in lead time for bot deployments, they can more than double the amount of RPA they deploy on an annual basis. One thing I want to talk about before I show the product demo is that we anonymize all recorded data. So no confidential or personally identifiable information is persisted. We offer both cloud and on-premise deployments, and we work a lot with financial service companies and banks, so we have experience working in highly regulated environments. Now I'm going to show a quick demo of the Mimica platform. So when you log in, you can see all the processes that you've recorded with Mimica. And for every process, we compute a proprietary ease of automation score. So you can figure out how complex this process is to automate. And you can see some of the metrics that we use to predict what that complexity is going to be. We also know how much time is spent in the process. And therefore, when you record all your processes with Mimica, we can automatically figure out which ones are going to be the best candidates for automation. So here we've got ease of automation on one axis and hours saved on another axis. So you can record hundreds or thousands of processes with Mimica and automatically figure out which ones you should be spending your time on. Now for all Mimica processes, we can also generate a full map. Now our Mimica process map is unique because it's at the click and keystroke level, but we can actually identify all the decision points and variations in the process, and we're the only company in the world that can do this. So if you want to understand what an employee is doing on their computer, you can see first they complete the regular entry page, and then there's a decision point, and 2.6% of the time an error occurs. And if you want to understand what the step looks like, you can click on it and see all the individual actions that the user did when they performed this particular process, with low-level variations present here. And if I click on any of these steps, we can see a detailed view to see the clicks and keystrokes that make up that particular step. This map has everything in it needed for a developer to build an automation. So that's how we're able to significantly reduce the amount of time it takes to deploy RPA. We can record employees, automatically figure out where the best opportunities are, and generate this really complete process map that the developer can immediately use to start building the automation. And this map we generated in 1 week. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to talk to you about how we can use Mimica to help you accelerate your RPA deployments. Have a great day.
Perfect. Up next is Eigen Technologies. Eigen is a research-driven AI company specializing in NLP for businesses in finance, law, and professional services.
Hello, and welcome to a brief presentation of Eigen Technologies. My name is John Forward. I head up the European sales team from Eigen's London HQ. We are a natural language processing and machine learning technology company. We use the name Document AI, meaning that we allow our customers to transform their documents into structured, usable data. So to take the unstructured qualitative data in the form of documents and convert that into data that's now possible to manipulate and process and do much more with. Our customers are typically found within commercial banking, investment banking, and asset management space. We also have customers in amongst law firms and other professional services firms. We're also now moving more broadly into insurance. Over time, it'll be natural for us to move further afield into areas such as healthcare. About 12 months ago, ING, Dawn Capital, and Lakestar joined our cap table together with our existing investors, Goldman Sachs and Temasek. Before I talk a little bit about the use cases that Eigen enables, let me just mention that we have a no-code approach to the machine learning development. So instead of requiring data scientists or software engineers, you can have your domain experts or your business users can very easily produce or develop machine learning models that are able to extract the data that you need from your documents in a very accurate and performant way. So Eigen is quite a narrowly focused technology company, but it happens to do what it's supposed to do very well. And it's a very complex area. And therefore, it enables bigger digitization or digital transformation programs amongst our customers. So you can use Eigen both as a decision support system for end users, could be compliance or risk management or legal staff that need to just do their job much quicker. However, the use cases that we get the most excited about is when Eigen gets embedded into an end-to-end re-architected business process and automated business process. So here are some of the use cases. For instance, we did a risk-weighted asset optimization project with one of the big UK banks. They took a book of loans, about 10,000 commercial loans to the SMB space. And with Eigen, they were able to process those lending agreements as well as supporting documentation such as surveyor reports, etc. With that much more granular data, they were then able to go to the regulator and request to move to an internals ratings-based approach. So thereby, they were able to free up tens of millions of pounds in relief from the capital offsets. So obviously, a very highly leveraged and high ROI project. We're also doing, of course, now a number of LIBOR transition projects with our customers. So those are just two examples of what you can do with this enabling technology. To finish off, I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse at the user interface. What you see at the top there is the results table, where an end user, could be, for instance, a corporate lawyer, is looking at the documents, and where each of the rows in the table corresponds to the document, and then each of the columns correspond to the questions that they have defined as they need to extract from the underlying documents. And with that, I thank you for your time.
Thank you, John. I hope you all enjoyed our first set of startup presentations. As many of you know, Plug and Play is the largest global innovation platform, and none of the success would be possible without the industry players that shape this ecosystem. We have asked some of these key players to share some of their insights on 2 specific topics. So first off, we have some fintech leaders from around the world who are going to share what trends they are seeing in customer engagement.
Given the economic and social changes over the past 12 months, coupled with the drive towards digital, customers' expectations for a seamless end-to-end experience that is digital and frictionless is higher than ever.
Customers are expecting their banks to be there for them, to be on their side, to help them to better manage their financial life, to stay on top of their finance, and to fulfill the social contract between banks and their clients.
As we think about what's happening in 2021 and beyond, I think we're really talking about things being increasingly digital, increasingly self-service. But what's really important is that we understand people have needs to talk to somebody, to interact with a human. So whether that's via phone or chat, video or in person, is that people can actually have a combination of capabilities.
Customers are expecting account openings, loans, and payments to be instantaneous, especially when we were talking about the stimulus and the paycheck protection loan. Most importantly, they expect that we are keeping their information and assets safe and secure.
I think the factors that are going to have the most positive impact on the customer experience is around, we sort of refer to as relevant personalization. Personalization is one of those buzzwords that's been talked about for a very long time. But I think if we can really get good at targeted, relevant personalization at the right moment in time, I think it can really provide a significant lift to the customer experience, because you can do it based on customer needs and the customer data that we have today. We are sitting on a significant amount of data on our customers. And if we can take that data, if we can take technology in order to make smart decisions around it, we can not only provide the right content at the right time, we can even provide the right content or the right recommendations that they haven't even really thought about yet.
Digital-first companies are winning hand over fist. If you solve the last mile, it's great for you and your customers. MetLife was able to drive millions of dollars in premiums using AirKit to digitize forms.
We believe the destination of all consumer tech is to serve the individual. At Otomo, we exist to answer this question. My team and I spend our time building the tech to make next-gen iBanking not only possible, but turnkey.
The idea of a branch being the primary channel would clearly go away. But what's next? Despite all the improvements in self-serve customer experience on web and mobile, banks still see many customers ending up in their contact centers. That's where next-level conversational AI comes in. I'm Alex Weidauer, the CEO of Rasa, where we are dedicated to helping forward-thinking banks reimagine their customer experience with next-level chatbots and voice assistants.
Additionally, emerging technologies are also reshaping how we connect with our customers and how we do business. And we think that the companies that determine how best to leverage this new technology in order to connect with their customers are likely to win going forward.
I hope you all enjoyed that little clip. Thank you to all who participated and shared their insights. Now on to our next group of startup presentations. Please don't forget to vote on the polls for the companies you would like to be connected with. Up first is Subject 7. Subject 7 provides a no-code automation platform enabling organizations to accelerate their testing and align to Agile and DevOps. They support all facets of testing, including functional, regression, load performance, backend, DBase, API, security, and accessibility across web, mobile, and desktop apps.
Hey there, I'm Joe Kiriakos, Chief Revenue Officer for Subject 7. We're a company in the software test automation space. In a nutshell, we help software companies and DevOps teams simplify their testing processes and release better products faster. We're all aware of the giant strides that have been made in the way companies develop software. Whether your company is a software manufacturer or a business that has an e-commerce or customer self-service portals, your teams are using Agile and DevOps. They release new code weekly and in some cases daily. And these teams are using specialized tooling that supports an accelerated and incremental manner of development. But what hasn't kept pace is the practice of testing, which has become one of the leading causes of failure. For all the advancements in development, the critical role of testing has remained largely manual. And that's mainly because the solutions that automate testing have been highly technical platforms, in most cases relying on developer-grade resources. And that's a tough break, because most software testers aren't coders. The result of the testing lag and skill shortage is that quality review has become an increasingly problematic bottleneck, leaving teams to struggle through an operational void that forces them to either accept partial testing or to delay the release. Subject 7 exists to fill that void. We enable non-technical resources to configure sophisticated testing flows through a 100% codeless interface. Just to give you a little bit of a sense for our customers, we started with what was arguably the toughest market segment first, the US federal government. We have 8 US federal agencies using our software today. That includes 3 divisions of NIH, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, the Federal Aviation Administration, and even the US DoD. In the commercial world, we serve customers of all sizes across the financial services, healthcare, and e-commerce sectors. PricewaterhouseCoopers is our largest enterprise customer. They have a few hundred consultants trained on Subject 7 and are delivering their Oracle Cloud, Workday, and SAP projects using our software. So what does it all mean? In practical terms, our customers have realized very quantifiable improvements. The 5 blurbs that you see on the screen are direct excerpts from our case studies. Just to illustrate an example, and it's the first one. One of our customers had a team of 6 testers investing 4 weeks at the end of each quarterly release. Testing totaled over 900 labor hours per release, which was completely manual. In under 3 months, they created automated tests using Subject 7. After that, the entire volume of tests could be executed with no human effort whatsoever. And testing was completed in 7 machine hours, offering a faster feedback loop to their developers and product managers. And the testing team was freed up to build more test automation and conduct more exploratory testing. Just to give you a quick sense for our solution, Subject 7 is a complete test automation platform, offering a single interface for resources to learn and adopt and a single pane of glass to report and trend product quality metrics. An important point of differentiation is our ability to de-silo testing. This is critical. Because of siloed testing, we've seen years of test automation wiped out because the one person who built the automation left and no one else could pick up the pieces. We wanted to reduce those resource dependencies, so we designed Subject 7 to support virtually every conceivable type of testing. It all happens in our single platform with unified reporting of outcomes as well as quality measurement. Just to give you a quick sense for starting points, we like to start with a workshop to learn about your product, your development process, and your QA capabilities. This helps us to target specific areas of improvement and set measurable goals. And with those goals in hand, we suggest a trial to ensure that Subject 7 can deliver tangible improvements. The trial supports the ROI and confirms that the team can easily embrace our solution. End to end, the whole process usually takes about 2 to 4 weeks, and we guide most of the effort. In conclusion, test automation in the financial services vertical is becoming increasingly critical. The prevalence and rapid evolution of self-service portals and of web and mobile apps has required robust testing to deliver products that delight customers, have minimal defects, and enable ever-increasing release cycles. We invite you to make contact to discover how Subject 7 can accelerate and improve your product quality and efficiency. Please reach out to me, and I'd be happy to connect you with one of our experts. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Joe. Up next, we have Cresta. Cresta's real-time expertise AI helps sales and customer service teams unlock their full potential. Cresta uncovers expert behaviors from customer conversations and amplifies them with real-time assistance and coaching.
Thank you for allowing us to share Cresta Intelligence with you, and we appreciate the opportunity from Plug and Play for this Summer Summit. My name is Marty Pitko. I'm head of partnerships for Cresta, and here's a quick overview into what we are doing and the progress we've made over the last couple of months. Basically, Crescent Intelligence is a real-time performance optimization platform for the contact center. And your contact center sits between your customers and your business outcomes. And agents hold the key to your business success. Their performance really drives those outcomes for your business. But there is a performance gap that we and others have measured that can be quite significant between your top performers and the bottom performers on your team at achieving those outcomes. When we look at areas like sales, for example, up to 52% of revenue could be left on the table when you take into account variations in performance of top performers, through the rest of the performance of the team. Things like productivity as well. Certain agents are more knowledgeable, more successful at resolving issues more quickly, for example, at higher customer satisfaction. And tricky conversations like cancellations and renewals, you see a big performance gap between top performers and low performers. And so that's where Cresta comes in. So we're leveraging patented artificial intelligence we've developed to assist humans across chat, voice, even chat bots and IVRs, so the automated systems, in improving those interactions. And we do that by very quickly learning, based on historical interactions, what top performers are doing differently to drive specific business outcomes that you're interested in. And we learn across voice calls, chat interactions, et cetera, to really identify and amplify those behaviors and coach the rest of the team in real time to that level of performance, as well as provide rich insights into the interactions that you're having with customers. So for example, by understanding what top performers do, we can provide them with real-time assistance to help them achieve better results. Things like what to say in a particular moment in a conversation. For example, maybe a customer has an objection and there's better ways to handle those objections than others. We can really prompt the rep in real time to make those, say the right things, and also to have the right knowledge. So serve up knowledge-based answers based on what a customer's asking, again, in real time, automated so that the rep doesn't have to fumble around with their systems, and ideally can answer the question much more efficiently. We can also kick off automation and workflow, capture notes, really look for any ways that we can to surround the rep with support and guidance and coaching to more effectively handle the conversation. We do the same thing with supervisors and managers and coaches. So once we understand the right behaviors that are driving the best results, we can also then show supervisors how their team is performing against these behaviors and how they perform over time so that they can focus in on the right things to coach on, the right individuals on the team to coach, and improve their effectiveness. Rather than trying to go through lots of materials, try to figure out what's happening, we're actually serving up and notifying supervisors when there's something to pay attention to and what to focus and coach on. So this improves coaching efficiency by up to 50% and really helps manage things like compliance and makes a supervisor's job much more proactive versus reactive. So by closing that performance gap, we really create what we call the 100x contact center, 10 times more effective and 10 times more efficient, so that every rep operates like a top performer. This generates substantial, fast return on investment. So areas like improved sales, improved customer satisfaction, reduction in cancellations, et cetera. This also improves employee satisfaction in the contact center itself. We survey our customers' employees. We see that they're much more satisfied with their jobs because they feel that they're being supported and helped in a very difficult job to do by the organization. So improves employee satisfaction, reduces ramp time substantially, helps managers coach much more effectively, and you can also manage compliance and make sure that folks are doing the right things in the contact center. And for customers, the results include improved customer experience, improved CSAT and NPS, and you get better insights into those customer interactions as well. With a lot of differences on our solution in the marketplace, I won't go into too much detail here other than to say we deploy quickly into existing infrastructure. We have patents and patents pending on the ways that we can learn this behavioral information quickly and deploy it effectively to effectively drive behavior change in the moment to drive outcomes. Thank you so much for listening to this quick overview, and I appreciate interacting with you. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, we'd love to chat through your business situation and see if we can be helpful.
Thank you, Marty. Up next is Advice Robo. Their essence is in combining traditional and alternative data in AI-driven psychographic and behavioral risk management.
Hi, I'm Rosalie Steenkamer, co-founder of Advice Robo, and I will introduce you in the world of financial wellness. The corona pandemic has an enormous impact on the world and certainly also on the financial world. The traditional lending market does not grow that fast anymore. Governmental actions forced payment holidays and other limitations, and people and businesses became more cautious. Did you borrow the past year at the same level as before? Secondly, risk models' performance decreased. The historical and traditional data used do not perform well enough anymore to predict customer behavior. Thirdly, more customers than ever became vulnerable. They hardly managed to pay their bills. In the US only, 158 million people face financial issues. Non-performing loans are growing fast. And last but not least, digitalization has accelerated enormously. Consumers and businesses demand digital lending, easy and fast. So lenders face the challenge of growing the lending portfolio with the right risk levels and supporting financial wellness, and all this in a digital way. Corona will accelerate changes in lending. Would you like to support the many people with access to fair credit and help them to become financially healthy? The beauty is that you will grow your lending business as well in a healthy way. The solution is to gather many more data from multiple resources, then to use this data to improve your risk decisioning, to accept customer segments that you could not assess before, but also to improve the financial wellness of your customers. There are many data providers for traditional and alternative data. To name a few, Zest, FICO, Air, Lendu. Good data, but not good enough. We at Advice Robo offer a complete solution. We deliver an integrated process from onboarding new customers to monitoring the customer base. The result? An integrated, automated credit decisioning that is faster, more complete, and more accurate. Advice Robo differentiates in offering an app that manages the complete customer process from onboarding to managing the customer with his financial wellness. Behind is a fully automated, integrated solution in the cloud with a data orchestration layer for all sorts of data, such as transactional data, mobile data, CRM data, and neuroeconomical data. And with AI-based risk models for better risk predictions and activation programs, leading to an easy onboarding process for the customer with a fast outcome. And that's not all. The system also monitors the risk of the customer base and creates risk alerts and activation campaigns to support positive behavioral change for a better financial life. We work for customers ranging from tier 1 banks such as BNP Paribas and Oryx. But our solution is also in our partner systems, like Unisys in Japan or Nets in Scandinavia, to make their offering more complete. Benefits for our customers and partners, more sales, less defaults, and a healthy customer base. Our senior team consists of the two co-founders, Diederik van Thiel and myself, and our CTO, Mark-Jan Ciseaux. Diederik leads the way with his long-term strategic view on behavioral economics, and he is the inventor of the Advice Robo neuroeconomical profiling that adds deep insights on the financial behavior of people. At the same time, he guides our team in the execution of our strategy. We are looking for new business and we are fundraising. So if you're interested, come to our booth or email me at rosalie@advicerobo.com. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Rosalie. Up next is ZecOps. ZecOps automates threat analysis and digital forensics.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to ZecOps presentation. My name is Zouk Abraham, and I'm a mobile security researcher. I'm also the co-founder and CEO of ZecOps and a serial entrepreneur that also founded Zimperium. Today, we're going to discuss our most intimate devices, our mobile phones. These devices are in the pockets of 3 billion people. They allow us to take pictures, videos, they have microphone, they have our contacts, our texts, and I guess most important than all, it's our second factor of authentication. So these devices are very important, not just for us, but also for attackers. If you want to know what are the signs of compromised device, it could be anything from a sudden reboots into sudden battery drain, problems accessing your microphone and camera, problem connecting to other people, lack of updates when you know that updates exist, and many others. But really what happened to me in the summer of 2017 was the most life-changing event in terms of cybersecurity. I took the phone out of my pocket and it rebooted. A simple event that 99.99% of the people would ignore. But I'm a security researcher and I know that sudden reboot could mean a kernel panic, and a kernel panic could happen because of a software bug, a hardware bug, or worse, a cyber attack. And it took us 9 months to analyze this event. And we realized that it was an attack. But what are the options of other people that do not have the time, energy, and resources behind them to analyze these types of attacks? So you have few options if you want to check if your phone is hacked. The first one is going to consultants. They are expensive. It would take several months of investigation. They charge by the hour, and you'd also need to trust them with your personal data. The second option is to use a fast solution, like an antivirus and an MDM. You would get immediate results, but they have very limited access to the device, and you would still need to rely on other tools to get a full and real verdict. Third option is ZecOps Mobile EDR. We're providing an instant analysis, immediate results, in-depth threat discovery, and mobile IOC platform. Now, if you're coming from the space of computers and servers in terms of cybersecurity, some of these capabilities may sound trivial, but they do not exist on mobile. And we are the first vendor to offer a real mobile EDR. We leverage physical connectivity, which allows us to get higher quality of data than anyone else. And our data is only second to Google and Apple themselves. Higher quality data means discovery of more attacks. This allows us to discover advanced attackers, including unassisted attacks, including one-clicks where you just click on a link and get infected. And we have a track record of discovering the most sophisticated attacks. We also see a huge growth in the mobile security business, similar growth to what we have experienced in the EDR space in computers and servers from 2010 to 2020. And we'll wrap up by a quote from the Department of State saying that we are the only available tool that allows to check for malicious activity and signs of compromise. Get in touch. This is my email address, and we would love to help you secure your phones and catch up. Thank you.
Thank you, ZecOps, and thank you to all the startups who have presented so far. It's exciting to see the progress you all have made. For our second spotlight video, we asked some fintech industry leaders to share the hottest trends in environmentally focused fintech technology.
Earth's climate has changed over the past century. The atmosphere and oceans have warmed, sea levels have risen, and glaciers and ice sheets have decreased in size. The best available evidence indicates that greenhouse gas emissions from human activities are the main cause. Simply put, money is not moving fast enough to hinder or disable the effects of global warming, but that can change. Fintech has proven itself as a disruptive technology in the financial sector and one that can work at scale. The application of new technologies such as big data analytics, Artificial intelligence and machine learning will allow for more prudent investment decisions by large organizations looking to make a difference. This will include ESG-focused hedge funds, climate change lobbyists, and corporate entities leading the charge in offsetting their negative impact on the planet. It will also allow consumers to leverage their dollars to be more environmentally conscious while they shop.
Banks are looking at their own operations, and so they're looking for ways to reduce energy consumption and to also purchase renewable energy sources for their facilities wherever possible. And then at US Bank, we monitor our supplier portfolio as well. And so when we select vendors, we are weighing impact and sustainability criteria in that selection process. We need to be mindful of the way that the operations of our customers across all segments and across all industries are impacting people and the planet as well. I think having a serious focus on social and environmental impact can strengthen a company's brand. It can increase the ability to hire and retain employees, especially as it becomes more important for employees to feel like the company where they work really does have values that reflect their own personal values.
Over the next 30 years, $100 trillion in climate-positive infrastructure will be financed and insured. Climate fintechs like Atmos are leading the way in originating, underwriting, and insuring these new types of assets, reducing their cost and complexity. Financial institutions and fintechs have an incredible opportunity to work together to accelerate this transition while financing these assets.
Financial institutions will soon need to measure and disclose the risks they face from climate change. Not an easy task. You need 3 areas of expertise. 1, a deep understanding of complex climate models. 2, technical infrastructure to crunch huge amounts of data to model every point on the planet. And 3, expertise to quantify climate risk in financial terms so that it's useful to decision makers.
Environmentally focused financial technology is an essential lever for corporates to pull on to scale their decarbonization globally. We all strive to make a difference when it comes to the future of our planet, and Plug and Play Fintech is excited to help enable financial organizations to decrease their footprint through innovative technologies and corporate leadership.
I hope that gave you all a good look into trends for this upcoming year. Now, on to our last set of startup presentations. Again, please use the poll button to indicate which startups you would like to meet with, and we'll connect you with the startups after the event. Up next is AppBoxo. AppBoxo provides integration software that allows the launching of mini apps within other native super apps.
Hi, my name is Kanye, and I'm co-founder and CEO of AppBoxo. And today, I want to tell you about Super App. Super App is an app that has many different services accessible directly within one app. WeChat is often called the Super App of China, but other Chinese companies also decided to catch up, and now China has a number of very successful super apps. In WeChat, you can book cinema tickets, flight tickets, buy clothes, you can book a taxi, and in fact, WeChat has 2 million services accessible directly in it, and 99% of these services are offered by third parties. And to power these 2 million services, WeChat and other Chinese giants like Alipay and Baidu developed a special development framework called mini programs. Mini programs act like normal apps, but you don't need to download them from the App Store, and they're accessible instantly within WeChat or Alipay apps. And these mini programs collectively have more than 1 billion monthly active users and generated 240 billion in gross transaction volume last year. In the rest of the world, more and more companies are jumping into a super app trend. Even Uber announced their new super app strategy, and apps in other verticals such as e-commerce, travel, and finance start to offer more and more third-party services. And the way they do it is by simply using in-app browsers, which is a really bad user experience. The other way to integrate is through deep API integration. But for those developers who are here, you may know that it is really time-consuming and costly. So the problem is, businesses want to offer more third-party services to their customers, but most of them can't build mini programs technology in-house. And the businesses I talk about are the largest consumer apps in the world. So we have decided to help them, introducing AppBoxo Super App Platform. We're a Singapore-based company backed by Founders Fund, 500 startups, and Plug and Play. Using our solution, any app can easily become a super app and start offering multiple third-party services, and each service can become a beautiful full-screen mini app. We have developed a set of developer tools that can offer native-like user experience of mini apps. With one line of code, developers can deploy our software, and that's it, they can start launching mini apps. They can then go to the showroom, which is an app store for mini apps, choose the mini app, and integrate it in a couple of clicks. We have also created a feature called Aboxo Connect. With this feature, users no longer need to create or log in into an account in each service and can jump into transaction screens straight away. Finally, we have created an integration to existing e-commerce systems such as Shopify, Magento, and WooCommerce to automatically convert any merchants on these platforms into mini apps. This unlocks a potential merchant base of 2 million merchants easily deployable as mini apps within any app. The benefits that Aboxo brings are increased revenue from new services, increased retention of your app, and enhanced functionality for your users. So far, we have made partnerships with major apps in Southeast Asia and India with total user base of 500 million users, and now ready to expand our partnerships further. If you have an app and you want to increase engagement, we can turn your app into a super app. At the same time, if you have a service that needs more high-quality traffic, Aboxo can build you the mini app and integrate it in other super apps. Overall, we are focusing on Southeast Asia first, but our plan is to move to other regions rapidly and enable more apps across the world to become super apps. If you'd like to learn more about Aboxo, please send me an email. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Up next is Deserve. Deserve has modernized the credit stack and offers credit card as a service to banks, financial institutions, fintechs, leading digital brands, universities, and associations.
Hello, I'm Rajan Annadurai, Chief Technology Officer at Deserve. If you think about it, every customer who has a credit card also has a smartphone. The credit card is plastic, very limited functionality, and you really can't innovate much. It's a commodity. While the smartphone is a supercomputer. We all know what is possible by just looking at the App Store. Except for Apple Card, the entire credit card industry is still stuck in the 90s. It's all about plastics and paper statement. At Deserve, we reimagined and built an entire credit card platform with a mobile-first approach. And the results are amazing. Let's take a look.
What you're seeing right now is my credit card app built on the Deserve platform. You would notice the transactions do not look like a typical credit card statement. They are real. They are laid out exactly the way you understand. T-Mobile, Target, GitHub, with their proper brand logos. Now you're looking at a transaction made at my local 76 gas station. When was the last time you could understand a gas station transaction in your credit card? Here we have the actual photo, precise location, and also showing the history of all the visits to the gas station. This is a French restaurant near my house, and we even show the tip amount I paid. That is the amount of control we have over data. In spend analysis, we provide real-time insights into how you spend. They are all beautifully laid out into categories which are easy to understand. And you can go into each one of these categories and look at transactions within them. Our rewards infrastructure is a key differentiator in our platform. They can be fully customized based on partner needs. Rewards models can be built based on the amount you spend, what categories, merchants, number of payments, or any data point within our system. If you ever have to dispute a transaction, you can do it right from the app. No need to call customer service. And we have a lot more capabilities as usual with great user experience. You can make payments, look at your payment history, use Face ID to look up your card number in case you want to make an online purchase. You can change the look and feel of the app, change your profile, freeze your card, look at statements, and a lot more. Now for the fun part. I'm going to apply for a credit card as a brand new customer. We will be doing CIP, fraud verification, and underwriting approval. Once approved, we will issue a digital card, add to Apple Pay, and make an online purchase. I will be able to do all of this within 5 minutes. Deserve, along with Apple, are the only 2 MasterCard certified digital first platforms. By uploading my driver's license and doing a selfie, we significantly reduce fraud without adding friction to the user. and information from my driver's license is automatically pre-filled in the application. As a platform, we also have the option of fetching customers' bank deposit data through Plaid in addition to credit reports. Here I'm actually pulling data from my Wells Fargo account. Finally, I authorize the app to pull my credit report. And boom, I'm approved. Next step, I accept the cardholder agreement, which allows us to activate my account and issue a digital card. Now that I have a digital card, I can add to Apple Pay without leaving the app, and I'm going to make this as my default card. As you see, I have $10,000 available and my card is in the wallet. Let us go spend it. I'm going to add $10 to my Starbucks card. And if I go back to the app, you see I have spent $10. The Starbucks transaction is available real time, and as usual, it's beautifully laid out. It's an online transaction. We have the brand logo, Starbucks photo, and the category is eating out. And everything happened real time.
New credit card program launches are typically multi-year integration efforts with an army of consultants. We believe it should not be that way. At Deserve, we have an out-of-the-box digital-first solution where our app will be reskinned with the partner's brand colors and logos, integrated with your single sign-on system, and you can bring your own underwriting and rewards model and still be able to launch in a matter of months.
Thank you, Rajan. Up next is Quemby. Quemby Cloud Platform is a low-code infrastructure platform that enables teams to rapidly develop applications without compromising security, scalability, and best practices.
Hi, everyone. My name is Indy Ramirez, and thank you so much for joining and tuning in to listen to my talk. Today, you're going to listen to the most jargon, longest title you've ever seen today. But believe me, by the end of this talk, you should be just comfortable understanding every single word of it. And for today, we're going to talk about the NoOps platform for distributed cloud resource management. And before we explain what that really means, let me go walk you real quick of what is relevant. It's relevant because the cloud adoption is being dramatically increased. So everyone is spending most budget on that. The clouds are being adopting the cloud and hybrid solutions, and Kubernetes is being on the mix since the AWS is a new technology that actually allows you to get into a better and more modern infrastructure architecture for supporting this type of cloud adoption. But that is because more businesses are moving to a SaaS model where cloud cost is actually more important, and we need to be optimized, secure, and be able to be high available and scalable for sure. So now, why we bringing this topic? Why the NoOps platform? It's because configuring and creating infrastructure cloud is the right way is hard. I mean, it's not a simple task. And to explain that, let me show you a couple of examples. This is how it looks like a company that is just starting. Just a couple of items that you need to work on, and that's it. But as you go more into the cloud, you see that more technology you need to manage. There's more complexity to be added. And as you keep more mature, you see that now that becomes a little harder to manage. And if you're going to look at what are the tools that I should pick when I'm starting my cloud journey, you're facing this. You're facing a CNCF landscape where it's a ton of tools that you need to use or you could use, but you really don't know which one to pick. So that is definitely frustrating for companies like starting on the cloud journey. So how about you get a tool that you don't have to worry about that have all the elements, and the way that we divide these components is in 5 main components. You need to find a way to provision your resources. You get your software out there using pipelines. Make sure that the performance of every single resource is high available. Having managed services is important, especially when you're using multiple cloud providers and multiple services from those cloud providers. How about just managing those services in one place instead of having 20 different tools that you need to manage to your infrastructure? And the content plane is the brain of it. It's the one that actually makes sure that all these components are in sync and actually perform the way that it should be. And this is how we see it in the left side and the pictorial. This is how we see every single problem. 99% of the companies will always have something like this at the end. Doesn't matter if you're a startup or an enterprise. So how this benefits your companies? Now you have DevOps automation. So you, instead of having a big team, you can just have most of the tasks automated and have a smaller team very good team that can manage this platform instead of having 20 different people trying to do manually things. Developers now have a more streamlined, easier to use process where they're not being blocked by all the departments. And of course, your SREs now have every single tool and metric that they need to make sure that the services are high available. So this is how we build the product. It's still in the building mode, but even though that is in building mode, we are already using the code that we have with clients that we have currently. But just to give you a quick summary of the timeline, we're building the control plane. It's going to be done by the end of Q2. In Q3, we're releasing a portal for ourselves to manage for our clients. And then it's going to be a private launch where clients are going to be able to use the web portal just to get feedback and be able to make sure that it's ready for GA in Q1 2022. And all the managed services are going to be after that in Q2 2022. So we always have competitors and we love competition. It's the beauty of free market. But the way that we approaching this is instead of just focusing on one area of the software lifecycle, we welcome the whole area. We want to be able to provide the company one platform where they can just look at everything, manage everything in just one platform. You don't have to go to any other dashboard to manage all the bits of your software lifecycle. So who we are, we actually are a certified Kubernetes service provider, training partner. We are logged in on the CNCF. We run meetups in English and Spanish to help people in the community to use these tools. We always have this teacher mindset where we don't only implement and help company, we also give them the knowledge that we're using for them to also learn about the company. We have a lot of experience in technology and sales. We have great advisors. And myself, I've been doing infrastructure for a long time. And I've been part of over 12 merger and acquisitions process where I support the infrastructure, the application security, and the application architecture. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love your questions to be that you have. Love it if you stop by the booth, and I'll be there or someone on my team to answer any question or at least to just say hi. All right, have a good one.
Thank you. Up next is Raza. Raza is building the standard infrastructure layer for conversational AI.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Raza. We help enterprises to redefine their customer experience through next level conversational AI. We are a remote first company and have folks in Europe and the US and are backed by Andreessen Horowitz as well as Excel. When you look at how customers today interact and communicate with businesses of all shapes and forms, what's obvious is that a lot of them end up still in the contact center. And that's despite all the improvements in self-serve customer experiences on web and mobile over the last decade or so. It's pretty clear that your customers want to talk to you. So why don't you let them connect with you in their own words? Well, the problem is really that the first chatbots and voice assistants that have been created with early platforms have been pretty disappointing for a lot of enterprises as well as customers. If you're an enterprise today, you basically have two different options. One is you pick an out-of-the-box platform. The benefit here is that you can get started fairly quickly, but then you run into challenges around like the complexity of conversations that you can build. So it's really just for simple conversations. It's limited when it comes to customizability, and it's really hard to operationalize and scale beyond the POC. On the other hand, you have built on top platforms. Here you have a little bit of more flexibility around customizability, but again, you can't really build any exciting and really like conversational experiences usually. You don't have control over data and the underlying machine learning. And in the end, really, you need like large internal teams or professional services. Raza provides the solution to this problem. With Raza, you can redefine your customer experience through next level conversational AI. So what does it mean? It means two things. Like one, you can create the best customer experience through real one-on-one conversations. You can do this through our customizable infrastructure that really fits your enterprise needs. The state-of-the-art natural language processing and machine learning research that is baked into Rasa, and the powerful integrations into omni-channel platforms and backend systems. The second piece is that Rasa is really a platform that your enterprise can build and scale on. It's built on top of our amazingly successful open source framework that is loved by developers all over the world. You don't need any prior machine learning knowledge to get started, and you can actually reduce the dependency on developers with an easy-to-use platform for your domain experts. Rasa is used in production by the largest enterprises in the world across many industries, and we've been growing extremely fast over the last 4 years. Here's an example of N26, a challenger bank that actually got started building a production-ready assistant with Rasa within only 8 weeks. They are now automating over 35% of their requests in 6 different languages across their different geographical markets. So how do you get started with your journey? Just go on rasa.com or send me an email, alex@rasa.com, and get started with like an expert introductory call. From there, we usually see enterprises doing a small proof of concept over a couple of weeks and then go live with Rasa within a couple of months. Feel free to reach out to me. I happily get back to your emails and will connect you to the right folks on the Rasa team. Thank you so much for the opportunity to pitch here today, and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, Alex. Up next is Incorda. Incorda is the industry's first hyper-converged analytics software.
Welcome to the Incorda booth. When we think about going from data to insights and analytics and its delivery within the organization, particularly in financial services, there are really 3 significant challenges. The first is that we've got complex, disparate data from multiple source systems of record, both core to our business and at the edge. We've got front, middle, and back office requirements that are varied and different. And we have to have a constant IT resource and budget required when we organize, package, and deliver data and insights down to end users. As a result, we have 0 flexibility as our dynamic needs change, and we have that continuous cost burden every time we want to manage data or build new data value or bring new data into our analysis. And really the reason for this is because of what I call the old way here. It's the traditional data factory. Whenever we have a question on data, we have to call IT. They have to gather that data together for us, which could be weeks or months worth of work. They have to do a lot of transformation, SQL and ETL on that data. And then they have to stage that data into a data mart to then connect to our visualization and analytics and deliver it out to end users. And when the end user gets that, the results of that work, inevitably, they end up having a new question. And as a result, they have to go all the way back through the traditional data factory again when they want to ask new questions or get new insights and answers. So at Incorda, we're compressing this dramatically and speeding the time to value on data and insight. So when you have a question, you have all the data from across those disparate, complex source systems available to you, and you can generate new insights within minutes. So we're really focused here on the middle portion, ETL modeling and data warehouse. We want to reduce the burden or in fact, eliminate the need for ETL and only do business value-added transformation on data. We want to eliminate the need for complex modeling to make the query performant. And we want to either connect to an existing data warehouse or reduce the dependency of a data warehouse to get out to analytics and visualization to our end users. So we want to go straight from those disparate data sources, bring them onto the Incorda platform and keep that data in its original form. So we are not changing the shape of that data and therefore doing no modeling. As a result, we don't have a need for a data warehouse there, and we can get extreme performance on queries and analytics and connect third-party visualization tools or leverage Incorda's visualization and publishing tools. All the while throughout this process of connecting the data sources, bringing them on Incorda, and getting insights and analytics out to end users within minutes, we're maintaining the full fidelity of the data as a result. We're inheriting the security from the source system and maintaining your organization's governance. We're doing this for a number of customers across a diverse group. Here are a few examples of our financial services customers, whether we're driving anti-money laundering analytics or building new holistic institutional client intelligence, or enabling the gathering together of data very, very quickly for machine learning and data science teams, as it is the case at Redstone. We're driving value across the organization to manage data, get down to analytics and insight to end users very, very quickly, and drive a true self-service platform. We've been named a Gartner 2021 Cool Vendor for Data Science and Analytics, so please check that report out. I'd say thank you. I really look forward to the opportunity to speak with you. You can contact me here or visit us at Incorda.com.
Thank you, Stephen. And last but not least is .data. .data's no-code platform automates up to 100% of the AI machine learning development effort.
Hello, everyone. This is Ryohei Fujimaki. Today, I'm going to talk about automated feature engineering for enterprise machine learning. Let me start from this statement. Great machine learning model is not equal to great machine learning models. What does this mean? Machine learning model can be only as good as input data, which is called a feature table. Wrangling your data to discover important patterns as the input of machine learning. This data and feature engineering often take weeks or even months, and in fact, 80% of time for machine learning development is taken for this step. Our key innovation is to automate this feature engineering. Our engine cleanses your data, discover important data patterns, and make your prediction more accurate automatically. With .data, you can explore 10 times more data and 100 more times features just in hours. So with .data, how your AI project will change. This is the entire AI development cycle. With our auto feature engineering technology, .data automates full cycle development from data through feature to machine learning. AI project, even AI POC, took months before, but with .data, you can quickly turn around your AI project only in days. Our payment SaaS client has been struggling with 279 million declined payments over 100 million transactions. They applied our auto feature engineering to predict transactions which are going to fail the payments. Our auto feature engineering analyzed payment patterns and explored 122,000 features just in 3 hours, which is 100 times more features than they manually developed. With auto-discovered features, the prediction accuracy improved from 74.6% to 90.9%. As a result, they could recover over 35% of declined payments. Our auto feature engineering is provided in 2 flavors of products. One is .py, automated feature engineering integrated with Python workflow. Your data science team can explore 10 times more data and 100 times more features. .py makes your data scientists more productive and deliver accurate machine learning predictions faster. Another is Enterprise, GUI-based end-to-end AI automation solution combining auto feature engineering and automated machine learning. Enterprise provides no-code AI automation experience, and you can enable your citizen data scientists to do predictive analysis project. This is the end of my presentation. We are offering proof of concept and trial, and thanks to our automation technology, our trial is very simple and quick. We are looking forward to our partnership, and thank you very much for your attention.
And with that, we wrap up today's startup presentations. We hope you enjoyed these quick presentations and learned more about the technologies shaping the future of the financial industry. On behalf of myself and the FinTech team, I would like to thank all of our Batch 13 startups for being a part of our program for these past 3 months. It has been an absolute pleasure working with you, and I look forward to staying in touch. Before we get started with our Corporate Innovation Awards ceremony, I would like to also say thank you and give a huge shout out to all the mentors that helped shape our program. Thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to give invaluable feedback and advice to our startups, host workshops, and speak at our events. We appreciate every single one of you. For this summit's Corporate Innovation Awards, we are happy to announce our FinTech winners, Franklin Templeton and SMBC. We have chosen these corporate partners based on their commitment to cultivating external relationships, not only with startups, but also with other corporations and thought leaders within our network in order to encourage innovation. COVID-19 has impacted many of our corporate partners this past year. However, these two partners continue to make innovation an integral part of their goals. Since joining in 2019, Franklin Templeton has done 7 deal flows, has met with and reviewed over 100 startups, drove the success for a trend workshop focused on data science, and is currently in the process of vetting over 20 startups for their internal demo day. They're open to not only meeting with startups, but also other corporate partners to share knowledge and learn more about the industry. Margaret and team, it has been amazing working with you all. With that being said, please welcome Joe Boario, Franklin Templeton's EVP and Chief Risk and Transformation Officer, who will say a few words about our partnership.
We're delighted to be recognized for our work with the startups. It has been a top priority for Franklin Templeton to immerse into the fintech arena and to uncover and deploy cutting-edge innovative technologies that will further enable the investment firm of the future. We're actively engaged with fintech incubators and accelerators to uncover the best building blocks of the future. Plug and Play has been a great partner for identifying promising startups with a key contributor to sourcing fintech deal flow for Franklin Templeton. As we immerse and engage with fintech startups, we have found the most value in partnering with startups that directly align with business scenarios where the sponsors are able to experiment with the offerings, provide feedback, coaching, and shape the potential future of those products or services. Developing proof of concepts with active and real use cases give the startups a real-world problem to solve, while offering us an opportunity to learn from the technology with a fresh set of eyes. It forms a relationship, a symbiotic relationship where all parties improve through the process. Our ongoing expansion to Emerging Technologies Network enables us to have a front row seat to fintech companies, leveraging, learning, and partnering opportunities into the brightest and the best innovative talent that is disrupting and enabling the future of financial services. Looking forward, we're excited to deepen our market presence and grow our fintech partnerships with Plug and Play. We also plan to further enable technology adoption within our core business by way of broadening proof of concepts, pilots, and early adoptions. We continue to expand employee engagement and education to increase awareness of these disruptive technologies and sources for additional use cases from our employees around the globe. We want to thank you for the recognition and the partnership on this exciting development and opportunity area. On behalf of Franklin Templeton, we really greatly appreciate the award and thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. Our second innovation award for 2021 goes to SMBC. SMBC has been a great partner with Plug and Play since 2015, utilizing open innovation to learn about the trends and finding the startup solutions in the space. Katsunori and team, over the last 6 years, we saw how you grew the innovation capabilities of the firm. You've been running multiple POCs, pilots, and rolled out solutions commercially. We are impressed with your ability to identify new ideas and transform them into new improved products, services, and processes that benefit the firm and ultimately your customers. Thank you for choosing us as your partner. We enjoy working with you very much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katsunori Tanizaki, and CDIO, Chief Digital Innovation Officer at SMBC Group. I'm here today to accept this award on behalf of my colleagues, based both here in Silicon Valley and worldwide. To begin, I would like to express our extreme gratitude to the folks at Plug and Play and the Silicon Valley community as a whole for this outstanding award. We have experienced a substantial and fundamental shift to our working style due to COVID-19. Throughout this past year, we have worked hard despite these circumstances to push forward the collaborations with our various startup partners. This includes a recent rollout with Organize, for which I believe we are, at least in part, receiving this award today. SMBC Group strives toward a long-term vision of becoming a global solution provider. This means continuously transforming and growing our services while improving their quality. It means actively reforming our business model and breaking into new sectors. And finally, it means regarding our engagement with startup partners as essential to make sure we are always offering cutting-edge solutions to our customers. Every SMBC employee has a critical role to play in realizing our innovation efforts. To this end, we established a Digital Innovation Lab in Silicon Valley, a core tenet of our digital first strategy. And as highlighted to us through Plug and Play's ecosystem and deal flows, we have been introduced to a wide variety of world-class startups. Additionally, Plug and Play have given us the chance to build relationships with a global and diverse group of corporate partners. Utilizing this vast network, we have discovered solutions in a wide range of areas, including natural language understanding, which is helping us to improve critical communications with our customers, and green tech, which is informing us how best to reduce our overall emissions. And this network only continues to improve as more partners and startups worldwide join, intending to work together and build great things. The benefits and quality of this fantastic ecosystem only continue to improve, as if it were one giant positive feedback loop. Another core strength of Plug and Play is the end-to-end support structure that is offered to corporate partners. When we need to be connected with the CEO at the emerging startup, we know Plug and Play will always be there to lend a hand and assist. In Japan, there is certainly no shortage of companies coming to grips with various challenges in this emerging digital-first world. Our goal is not just to establish new business areas, but on behalf of SMBC's clientele, envision new cutting-edge solutions for their most pressing challenges. We are deeply committed to this goal and the Plug and Play ecosystem, which provides the platform for achieving it. Finally, thank you Plug and Play again for this tremendous honor, and to everyone for your time. I look forward to a bright future working together with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Katsunori. With that, we conclude our Corporate Innovation Award ceremony. Congratulations to both of our winners. I will now hand things over to Alex Hornbuckle, Senior Product Manager at US Bank, who will talk about their upcoming hackathon.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be sharing my screen in just a moment. All right, so hello everybody. I appreciate you allowing me to join today. I saw some awesome presentations from everybody, and today we want to talk about an upcoming hackathon that US Bank is hosting in partnership with Plug and Play. So on July 8th and July 9th, we are hosting a day-and-a-half virtual hackathon where anybody as part of Plug and Play and other organizations can get access to newly developed APIs that US Bank has created for our card as a service product. And with these APIs, you'll have the opportunity to integrate your tech to create interesting solutions to see really how we can change really what these APIs are doing and create interesting and collaborative and complementary solutions. And why you may want to participate? Well, as part of the hackathon, we are judging and rating our solutions that we see. People that are participating have access to prize money that's going to be offered to the winning teams for first, second, and third. Also, the winning solutions are going to have the ability to really pitch their technology, their solutions, and what they've been able to come up with to executive leadership at US Bank and the product teams there to see if maybe there is a partnership possibility there. Additionally, access to listen to a very interesting keynote that we have keyed up for the event. And as part of all the participating teams are going to have access to very cool swag and the ability to enter into raffles for very cool door prizes, and just a great event that we're creating to really expand and create a very collaborative, creative solution for fintech companies to be a part of. And we've heard today, as mobile payments are expanding in use and the infrastructure is being more broadly accepted across really the world, our customers and your customers are looking to take advantage of that to create interesting solutions and to improve business processes that they have, or to be the provider of the solution that their customers are needing. And with our card as a service product, you really have the ability to be on the forefront of that, with the ability to take US Bank created APIs that allow you to provision to your users, your contractors, your employees, your customers, employees, or contractors, virtually available, instantly available, tokenizable credit to them. You can really help them create a solution, or for yourself, create a solution that is flexible around whatever business needs or market needs that you have. And so what we're going to be doing during this event is taking this technology, making it all available to you, and seeing what you do with it. If you want to integrate it into your technology to see how your customers could benefit from having access to something like this within your own tech. If you're looking to add a complementary piece of technology to this to make an offering like this more attractive to the market that you are in, that's all interesting things that we want to see, and we want to reward you for that. So as part of this, we've developed a set of challenge statements that you can look through and see if you think you have an idea that really is going to wow US Bank, and something that you want to present to the team, and maybe work with internally and understand if there's others within your organization or within your network that want to partner together and create a solution around this and pitch it to US Bank and Plug and Play. And additionally, I wanted to present to you really what the outcome of this is going to look like for those that are participating. I have much more information in this deck that I do intend to share out, but for the sake of this short presentation, I wanted to highlight this. So for first place, we're going to be offering $6,000 to those participating. Plus, I mentioned to you, we are having a panel of judges that are going to be looking through all the solutions that are submitted. And though we already have US Bank executive presence on that panel, those that do win are going to have the opportunity to review and pitch their technology or their company's technology to US Bank to see if there is a partnership potentially there, and if we do want to work together and create a relationship coming out of this. And we do have cash prizes as denoted on the screen for the runner-up, as well as the second runner-up. Of course, all the participants, as standard, are going to be getting a box of a lot of swag as part of the event. Just something to show our appreciation for you participating. Right here, we have an Anchor wireless charger for everyone participating, along with some branded shirts and other smaller items within a swag box. And also, as part of this, we're going to be offering some door prizes, just some fun for everybody who's going to be participating. Want to give you a chance to win a Quest 2, and also going to be offering up some wireless gaming headphones that people on our team really appreciate and like and have used. And we thought that'd be a fun gift to give out for those that win that drawing. So more information to come. We have an agenda set out for you guys. We want to give that out to you. I'm not going to go through all of this. It's a lot of detail, probably too much for this meeting today. So I'm going to be sending this out for for distribution, and you guys can review that and see if this is something that you can work into your schedule. And additionally, we have our registration link is live, as well as our developer portal. You're going to get access to the US Bank developer portal, which is actually where we host all of our live production APIs for our customers that work with us and want to integrate with our APIs. Well, we're hosting all of these APIs on that very same portal. You're going to get access to that, where we're going to be hosting all of the APIs that you will be then using within the hackathon. And that is live as well. So more information to come. We have an informational session on the 24th of this month at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. Would hope to see you guys attending, but for the time being, we will be distributing this content plus much more with more detail on this. Hope to see you guys there. Really excited about the event. And thank you, Plug and Play, for helping us promote this. We're really excited to be working with you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Before we jump into networking, we would like to share a few key dates with all of you. For all of our Anchor partners, we will share our top 100 list on July 9th. We will also host an exclusive Anchor Partner Roundtable on July 28th, where the Blockchain Association will share exclusive insights about cryptocurrencies and the future of decentralized finance, as well as a trends presentation from our Plug and Play Ventures team about the hottest startups and use cases we have seen in the last 12 months. So if you're an Anchor partner, this is an event that you don't want to miss. Then our Batch 14 Selection Day will be on August 31st through September 1st. And lastly, we are excited that California is finally open. We hope to see you all soon in Silicon Valley. Now, please join us for networking on Attendify. As I mentioned, you can use the blue filter on the top right to narrow down the startups you want to meet with. Then by clicking Meet Now, you can go inside their booths and video chat or direct message the team members of each startup. Thank you again all so much for attending today's Fintech Expo. I look forward to seeing you all on Attendify in a few moments.
How do you track your team's innovation efforts? However that is, we've got an easier way. Let us introduce Playbook. Playbook is Plug and Play's innovation software. It is an exclusive tool only available for our ecosystem's corporate partners. With it, you and your team will be able to browse your curated startups database, create, discover, and rate lists of startups, track your engagement, pilots, and investments, analyze data from the tech ecosystem, organize private sessions with select startups, and so much more. Hundreds of corporations count on Playbook to empower their innovation journey. Get in touch to start using Playbook today.